understand why my mom is 60 years old and still single.
Hi, fellas! Have you ever wondered why so many good guys are getting rejected or treated unfairly by women? In this video, we're diving deep into the harsh truths about bad actions some women take toward men. Let's talk about the double standards, the toxic behaviors, and how it's affecting relationships today.
I'm just getting on here for all the girlies who are in their 30s. I'm 33, turning 34 next month, and I'm just fucking done dating. Like, excuse my language, but I'm done. Like, for a while there, I was on a kick for the younger guys because that was all that was hollering at me. Because I must say, I think I look pretty good for being 33.
So first of all, in her 20s, life was all about fun, hookups, partying, and let's be honest, chasing the excitement of younger men who weren't exactly looking to settle down. And hey, no judgment. Everyone's entitled to their choices. But here's the thing. While she was playing the field, the valuable men, yes, the ones she now wants, were building their lives, their careers, and their bright future. Now in her 30s, she's looking for a high-value man, a guy who's successful, emotionally available, and ready to commit. But here's the catch. Those men are already taken or not interested in someone who overlooked them during her prime years. They've moved on, settled down, or are simply not buying what she's selling anymore.
I think I look pretty good for being 33. So I was like, okay, I'm done with the young ones. Like, they're too immature. Like, I'm looking for something more serious in life. They're not doing it for me. Cool, whatever. I reunite with an ex that I was with when I was 22, and this was like always the one who got away from me. Mind you, he is 3 years older than me, gonna be 37 in January. This man is emotionally unavailable. So they're too immature in their 20s, and then they're possibly still emotionally unavailable in their 30s.
Instead of reflecting on her past choices, she's blaming men, calling them immature or emotionally unavailable. But let's keep it real. Who was she choosing during her prime? The guys who didn't want anything serious. Meanwhile, the men who were stable and ready to commit were seen as boring or ignored entirely.
I understand why my mom is 60 years old and still single and just said forget it, because
That is the perfect example of the concept called hitting the wall. As tough as it sounds, it's a reality in the dating world. By the time she's ready to settle down, her dating pool shrinks dramatically. It's not because she's inherently unworthy, but because the high-value men she now wants are looking for younger women who are in their prime fertility and haven't spent years in the hookup culture. But the concept of hitting the wall isn't just about age. It's a reflection of how life's priorities and opportunities change over time. When a woman enters her 30s, the dynamics of dating shift dramatically. The men she once overlooked in her younger years are now established, successful, and in demand often by women who are younger and more aligned with their long-term goals. It's not a judgment on her value as a person, but rather a recognition of the competitive realities of the dating market. High-value men who worked hard to build their success and status typically seek partners who align with their vision for the future. Women who haven't spent years in fleeting relationships and are perceived as more committed to long-term stability. As her options narrow, she may feel frustrated or even betrayed by a system she once thought she had all the time in the world to navigate. The truth is, while men gain value with age through accomplishments, status, and maturity, women's perceived value in this context is often tied to different factors like youth and fertility. It's a harsh but real aspect of how modern dating operates, and it underscores the importance of understanding the consequences of early life choices. In today's world, women are often told they can have it all: a successful career, independence, and a fulfilling love life. But what happens when the advice they've followed leaves them with everything, except the one thing they truly desire?
Quick question. Are you kidding me? Like, I am so sick and tired of just everything.
This TikTok tells the story of a woman in her 30s who feels betrayed. She's accomplished with a thriving career and an enviable lifestyle. But despite her success, she's heartbroken, asking herself why she's still alone. Her family, friends, and even society told her to focus on her career first, that love would find her when the time was right. All she had to do was wait. But now, as she looks back, she realizes the truth. Waiting wasn't enough.
Everyone is so quick to say, stop doing this, stop thinking like this, stop telling me I'm wrong. I've literally convinced myself at this point, based on everything that everyone's telling me, my therapist, my family, my friends, that I'm just doing everything wrong. I'm healing wrong. I'm thinking wrong. I'm training wrong. I'm doing relationships wrong. Everything I do is f***ing wrong. And I'm so sick of it. Stop comparing. It's not even about comparison. Like, I genuinely just want love in my life so badly. It's literally not about anyone else. It's just about me and what I want. And being f***ing over the fact that I don't have it. I feel like I have done so much work on myself. I have built a beautiful life for myself. I'm happy with my life where I'm at, my job. I'm successful. I'm independent. I'm healthier than I've ever been. I take such good care of myself. Truly, the only thing I'm missing in my life is someone to enjoy it with.
This career-first mentality has been pushed for decades, especially to women. The message is clear. Prioritize your education, build your career, and everything else will fall into place. But here's the issue. Relationships, just like careers, require effort, intentionality, and time. While she was busy building her professional life, her personal life was put on hold, with the belief that the right man would magically appear when she was ready. But the dating world doesn't work that way.
And I'm so sick of waiting. Like, when is it going to be my turn? What more do I have to do to fix myself before I'm just allowed to be happy, before I'm allowed to meet this universe soulmate person that God supposedly has for me?
The idea that love will just find you without effort is one of the biggest myths out there. Relationships aren't passive. They require active participation, emotional investment, and timing. By the time she was ready to settle down, many of the men she would have considered ideal were already off the market, married, or pursuing younger women who hadn't been told to just wait.
How much harder do I have to pray and manifest and wait? I feel like I'm being punished for something I didn't do. And I'm just so tired. I'm so tired. I don't expect a lot. I just want love in my life so bad. I want my life partner. Am I just supposed to be alone? Like, is that the message? That this beautiful life I've built for myself, like, it's just supposed to be me in it alone? Like, I know I have my dog and I love him so much, but like, I need love.
Now she's left with a haunting realization. The same people who told her to focus on her career didn't mention the importance of balancing it with building meaningful connections. It's not that her career is the problem, it's the unbalanced approach she was encouraged to take. She feels like she has everything, yet nothing, because the most vital part of life, experiencing it with someone, was never prioritized. So what can we take from her story? It's not about choosing career or love. It's about understanding that life requires balance. Prioritizing one at the complete expense of the other can lead to regrets later on. For women and men alike, the message should be clear. While building a career is important, so is investing in personal relationships. Time doesn't wait for anyone, and opportunities, both professional and personal, are fleeting. All right, folks. We've got another hot take from TikTok that needs unpacking. This time, a girl claims that body count doesn't matter, and not only that, but it's actually a good thing for women to have a high one. Oh, and if you disagree, you're apparently sexist and misogynistic. Let's break this down.
Am I the only one who thinks a high body count is low-key hot?
Yes, you're only one.
Let me preface this by saying I think caring about someone's body count is stupid.
Whether she likes it or not, body count does matter to many men. And it's not about misogyny or sexism. For a lot of guys, it's about trust, values, and the type of relationship they want to build. High body counts can raise questions about commitment, emotional availability, and long-term compatibility. Are these stereotypes? Maybe. But relationships are built on perception, and what's important to one person might not be to another.
And caring about a woman's body count is inherently misogynistic and sexist. There is nothing I hate more than men who want their female partners to have a low body count, and women who feel like they have to lie to men about their body count.
The truth is, past choices can influence how a partner sees you and whether they feel secure in the relationship. If someone has a history of casual flings, it might raise doubts about their ability to commit or be loyal. These concerns can lead to tension and insecurity, even if they're not openly discussed. Ignoring the emotional baggage from past experiences can also create problems, as unresolved feelings or patterns might resurface in new relationships. Building something serious requires honesty about where you've been and how it shaped you. Pretending the past doesn't matter only delays the moment when it inevitably comes up.
Like, it genuinely doesn't matter. Your body count doesn't affect your actual body in any way. It's not like your body changes from having sex with multiple people.
That's actually not truth. Let's start with the physical aspect. Engaging in numerous casual relationships increases the risk of sexually transmitted infections, STIs, which can have long-term effects on reproductive health and overall well-being. And while routine checkups and treatments can address some issues, they don't erase the risks entirely. The choices you make with your body can affect your health in ways you might not think about in the moment. Another angle is the habits you form. Engaging in casual relationships regularly can create a pattern of behavior that becomes hard to break. Over time, this can make it harder to prioritize long-term goals, whether in relationships and even personal growth.
Is your experience. Of course, even having sex with one person over a long period of time will allow you to build experience. Like, you're learning more about what you like for yourself and what they like, and you're hopefully becoming more sexually intelligent throughout the relationship.
Experience can be learned. If something is important to your relationship, you can grow together. But your inner divinity, your values, empathy, and the love you bring into the relationship, that's unique to you. It's what builds real intimacy, trust, and a connection that lasts longer than just physical chemistry. Think about it. When people reflect on great relationships, they don't talk about physical tricks. They remember how their partner made them feel. Your divinity is what creates emotional security, peace, and joy. It's what makes someone want to stay and build a life with you.
But in my opinion, sleeping with multiple people over time allows you to learn even more about what you like, about what other people like, and how to perform better in bed. So while it genuinely shouldn't matter, a high body count, if anything, means you have more experience.
There's a growing idea that having a high body count doesn't matter, and that in fact it's even better because it means you've had more pleasure, more experience, and you understand your preferences better. But let's break that down and see why this argument doesn't hold up. First of all, the idea that more sexual partners automatically means better experiences is flawed. Sure, you might gain more knowledge about what you like, but that doesn't mean it's going to lead to healthier or more meaningful connections. In fact, constantly jumping from one partner to another can often leave people feeling more disconnected and empty. It's easy to confuse quantity with quality. But the truth is that a higher body count doesn't necessarily make you more experienced in the right ways. Real connection, emotional intimacy, and communication are what make relationships strong. And those qualities don't come from having a string of casual encounters. And while some claim that a high body count makes you hot because of experience, it actually can turn people off. A person who has been with many others might seem less committed, less interested in forming something long-term. There's also the issue of emotional baggage. The more partners someone has, the more chances there are for emotional scars to form. Whether it's from rejection, heartbreak, or simply the emptiness of meaningless hookups. These experiences can lead to trust issues, insecurity, and difficulty forming deep emotional bonds. And let's not forget the risk factor. More sexual partners inevitably mean more exposure to STIs. And while protection helps, it's never 100% foolproof. So, rather than seeing a high body count as something positive, it's worth questioning what it really represents. Is it real growth and experience, or is it just a series of fleeting encounters with no real emotional connection or lasting impact? A healthy relationship isn't about the number of people you've been with. It's about the quality of the bond you form with someone special. Let's stop romanticizing high body counts and focus on building real, meaningful connections based on respect, trust, and shared values. The last clip comes from a show called Pop the Balloon or Find Love from Arlette Amuli's YouTube channel. I really recommend you watch this show, even for pure entertainment. The rules of the show are simple. There are a couple of women whose goal is to find their future love. The host shows them potential candidates for a relationship partner. Then he introduces himself, talks about his interests, passion, work, etc. Women listen to him and decide whether he is their type, whether he meets their expectations, and if he doesn't, they can pop the balloon at any time, showing that they are not interested in it.
Hello, welcome in.
Pay attention to the fact that in 1 second when the women saw him, they popped all the balloons.
Come on a little closer. Come on in. Don't be scared. What's your name?
My name is Tavarius.
Tavarius, how old are you?
I'm 29.
And what do you do?
I'm on tour for PBS Children's Story.
Oh,
Yeah.
like you write children's books or?
I have an animation company that I started when I was 21 years old.
Nice.
And then it's basically about my childhood and teaching young black boys that black dad to do care.
Wow, I love that. Oh, okay. Now, what are some things you like to do for fun?
So I have a Airbnb that's kind of like in the lake. So I'm a nature boy. So I love to climb trees in my time off. I love to draw. And I honestly just like peace. So I do a lot of peace and help for people who like need emotional regulation.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Now, what are some things you look for in a woman?
I kind of take everybody for who they are.
Okay.
So if you are naturally more outgoing, I try to match that. If you're inside, I try to match that. So I'm kind of like, I like to make my woman happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what are some deal breakers?
Deal breakers is if you don't have any passion, like if you don't know what you want to do in life, I kind of can't help you with that. You got to love yourself.
So what do we have here? Tavarius seems like a really cool and ambitious guy. He has a really well-paid job, likes children, loves helping others, and also has a passion for nature, which is helped by his own property by the lake. In my opinion, the perfect man to be a husband. The sad fact is that after the man introduced himself, the host started asking the women why they rejected him. They replied that it was because of his height or clothes. What's the funniest thing is that suddenly, after listening to him, a few of them admitted that this outfit is not as much of a problem as they previously thought, because they are interested in fashion and can help him change it. I wonder if he hadn't talked about his well-paid job and the fact that he owns several properties, they would have changed their minds so quickly. I think we all know the answer to this question. So why did all the women give up on him even before he introduced himself? The sad fact is that they rejected him because of his appearance and height. The video shows shallow mindset some women have today when it comes to judging men based purely on their looks and money. Now, don't get me wrong. Not all women think this way, and men can be just as guilty of shallow behavior. But in today's world, the obsession with superficial traits is louder than ever, and it's worth exploring why this happens and why it's a problem. Let's start with looks. Social media and dating apps have created an environment where appearance is king. Women swipe left or right based on a single photo, making split-second judgments without caring about personality, values, or character. A man's worth is often boiled down to how tall he is, his jawline, or what the woman's friends will think about her new partner, and whether they will be a little jealous of him. This shallow thinking not only reduces men to objects, but also ignores the deeper qualities that truly matter in a healthy relationship, as in the case of Tavarius. But it doesn't stop there. If a man's looks don't meet the mark, then money often becomes the next measuring stick. Flashy cars, luxury vacations, and expensive gifts have become the symbols of success that many women claim to value in a partner. Some even openly say they'd rather cry in a Ferrari than be happy in a modest home. This mindset prioritizes material gain over emotional connection, mutual respect, or shared goals. What's worse is that these shallow standards create a toxic cycle. Men feel pressured to conform to unrealistic ideals just to be seen as worthy. They hit the gym obsessively, take on stressful careers, or even fake wealth to impress women who, frankly, might not even care about who they really are as people. On the flip side, women who chase only looks or money often end up in shallow, unsatisfying relationships because they're focusing on the surface rather than the substance. The conclusion after watching all these videos is that men should take care of their development, health, and focus mainly on themselves. They must be careful about who they have a relationship with and whether that person is worth their time, money, or attention. Many modern women only care about having a good life, so that they don't have to have any responsibility. They think like, if not this guy, then someone else with a bigger wallet and better life overall. All men should also remember that she is not your partner. It's just your turn. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate every single like and comment. It truly means the world and helps this channel grow. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an upload. And hey, if you've got thoughts, ideas, or suggestions, drop them in the comments below. I love hearing from you, and your input makes these videos even better. Thanks again for your support, and I'll see you in the next one.